You have found your way to my page. Come over here, buddy. There you go. This is Castle. You will see him out crawling with me all the time too. This is my SCX6. I haven't officially done an introduction for myself or my truck yet. I've got a lot of videos up. I figured it's probably about time I did that. So this is my SCX6. Like I said, I've had it for quite a few years. I've had to do some upgrades to it, which if you decide to get one, you will find out you'll need to as well. It comes with plastic axle housings. It's one of the first things I'd change out, unless you don't mind changing differential gears out all the time, because they get flexy and you'll end up tearing them gears apart. Trust me, I've went through a few sets before I finally upgraded. And then also, I got this guy in here. I got to give a shout out to Crash and Bash Hobbies. They did a 3D scan of my head and printed that out for me. So that is actually a 3D print of me. So it's kind of cool. I feel like I get to drive my truck. Another thing I did is I went with the aluminum shock towers, and also something you're going to want to do pretty much right away. I mean, you can get away with it for a little bit, but the stock steering servos are crap. That's hard to say, but they are. They're just absolute crap. Castle, come over here. Come here, buddy. So I went with I don't even know which one it was, but I went with an upgraded servo that didn't even last me a year. So I just installed the NSDRC High Torque 2500. And it's been great so far. Of course, it has to have its own battery. It doesn't run off of just your regular battery. And also in here, I've got a speaker that makes it sound like it's got an actual motor in it. For me, that's just fun. It's one of those little things that I thought was just pretty cool. For my driver, I also have a steering servo in here, so his head can turn, but I have it disconnected at the moment. I need to put a new servo in. I actually burnt that one up. Took a pretty hard hit on its head and messed that up. So that's no longer a thing right now. But anyway, we're getting ready to go out and do some crawling here at the Commons. Castle. We're getting ready to go do some crawling out here at the Commons in Colorado. And it's the Penrose Commons. It's a great place. This is where I do most of my crawling. It's actually on a full-scale rock crawler course. So we see a lot of big trucks out here quite a bit. It's always a good time when we see them. They get a kick out of seeing this, and we love watching them. So we're gonna go out and do some crawling today. Oh, one other thing I guess I did was I went with a little bit stiffer shock fluid. So I'm running a 50 weight. I got the Trepador tires on here. I'm still breaking those in. I've only been out with them 2 or 3 times, but I'm loving them so far. But I guess with that, we're gonna get set up and we're gonna go have us some fun. So we'll see you on the trail. So something else I did that I think is pretty obvious and easy to notice is I cut the top off of it just to lighten some of that top weight. I don't roll as easy. I mean, this thing side hills and is pretty stable anyway. But once I did that, it really did make a big difference. Also, the front axles on these have just a pin for the front U-joints. And that pin wants to come out all the time. So you're constantly having to keep an eye on that pin. This one I've actually replaced the pins, but I have replacement axles that I keep with me all the time just in case I lose those or it comes apart on me. So then I can take these and hopefully not lose all the parts, so I can rebuild it and have another spare. But that, I've always got spare diffs with me, things like that. Castle, come on. And you will also notice I am constantly having to yell at my dog to keep up with me, because he goes on his own little adventure while we're out here. watching the big trucks climb up and out of here. But this is the Independence Trail out in the Penrose Commons. And the nice thing is, I don't have to worry about that $350 tow bill because I can just pick my truck up. Anyway, we're getting ready to head out on the trail here. I can only go so far, and then I gotta actually lower it down onto the trail. There'll be a lot of parts I have to carry through because it's pretty gnarly. So I don't like to break things. I like to just hit the big fun areas. So with that being said, I will just get to crawling. Should pay attention to where I'm going. Spend too much time goofing around today because I'm just about out of memory on my SD card, I just noticed. So I'm going to get ready to carry it through a lot of this because this is really gnarly and I don't want to break anything before I get to the good parts. Not sure you can tell just how gnarly all of that is, but it's not fun crawling. It's alright if you got more than one guy where you can compete, but when it's just me, I don't want to take a chance of breaking stuff just to get down there. section I'm going to carry a little bit here. Castle, get down here. Come here. Come on, sit down here. that way. Go back that way. Go around. Ain't no parkouring that stuff, dude. Go. Come on. Get over here. There's a bunch of places up that way that are really cool, but we are going to head down this way. Castle, come on. Gotta start watching where I'm going. Looking for my dog. Castle, come on, buddy. Follow my ass. Come on, get out of there. Tassel, come on, get out of there. Something down in there living. I'm gonna jump up and scratch your nose. Little rock bouncing in. Alright, I gotta change my battery. These tires are so sticky, it just walks right up this. My old tires had the BF Goodrich's. Oh! That was driver error. I'm gonna try that again. But yeah, my BF Goodrich's would not do this. These are just walk right up here. Oh, till I hit the grass. Dang! Taking some hard hits. There we go. So there's two ways I want to go. So I'm going to go up and around and down and back up again. If I can get up this spot right here. I was fighting with it the other day. Oh yeah, right up there. If I turn around and look like that. Right up it today. See, that's what happens when you slow down and drive. I was not slowing down and driving the other day. Picked it up. It's pretty ugly. Change batteries again. Changed it in my GoPro, now I gotta change it in my truck. Alright, batteries changed and away we go. Driving's a lot smoother than the last couple times I've been out. Like, I was just was in a big push, big hurry, just testing stuff out, and not really taking my time and driving. I was just beating the crap out of this poor thing. That's pretty dang good. I could never do that with my old tires. I just walked right up that. That was epic. Absolutely epic. I love it. Yeah, so come on, buddy. That's an absolute bummer. I made it all the way up to the top of the gate. I crawled all of that, some really good footage, and it wasn't recording. So we're gonna try this again. I bet I won't be able to do it near as smooth or near as good, but we're gonna try. Castor, get up here, come on. Ah. I was like, oh, maybe I will be able to. And then I just go and slap her down on her side like that. Smooth so far, but we're getting there. That's the main point, right? servo, the way I got the suspension set up now, this thing is just an absolute beast. I'm not going to be near as smooth second time around because I'm like, man, I already did this. Now I'm just beating the crap out of her, trying to get up here again. Tires, man, this thing just walks up everything. I love it. Wait for me, buddy. So this has a 2-speed transmission in it. But I literally only use low. Oh, this is a stupid place to get stuck. I literally only use low. And I have enough wheel speed. Got enough bark when I need it. Just did a little hand to God right there because I'm running out of memory card and everything. So watch out, buddy, coming at you. Watch out, you're not a cow. Why are you eating so much grass? Sometimes you just gotta put the hammer down. Yeah, come on, buddy. Let's go. And we're back out on the main trail. That was a good little fun crawl. Didn't take too long. For the most part, I took my time, did a nice smooth crawl. But I really am loving these tires. Absolutely digging this freaking steering servo. And I like the way I got the suspension set up. She's doing awesome. Loving it, absolutely loving it. Back up at the top. Jess was like, "Ooh, we going again?" No, buddy, we're not going again. Come on, this way. Careful. Had that tire wobble. I think that's just the foam in there, but I'm gonna have to give her. I'm gonna check it out. This is so squeaky. And we're done. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.